After landing in the Narita airport, we took the limousine bus to get to our hotel, and it was about an hour and a half, so we were extremely exhausted. But look at that pretty sunset. We checked into our hotel, and of course it's time for food. I found this unadon restaurant near our hotel and decided it's the perfect place to bring my mom for her first meal in Japan. You like it?
Sweet.
Sweet?
A little bit.
Oh, a little bit sweet?
Tiêu của Nhật.
A little bit. A little bit, Mom. You like it? No? Not with pepper?
Nhưng mà không có cay.
Đâu có cay đâu. Okay, I love this dish. I've had it before, but this is supposed to be a really popular, well-known place. Based off of my reaction, can you tell that I love it? The unagi was savory and sweet, and the skin of the eel was grilled evenly, providing some crunchiness. There's also a jar with the sweet unagi sauce for if you need to douse your rice with the sauce, and that's exactly what I did because the one thing about me is that I do not like plain rice, and this sauce is just really good to not drench your rice with it. I recommended my friends this restaurant after my visit, and they also love it, so give this place a try, and I'm pretty sure you won't be disappointed. Since many restaurants in Tokyo typically open at noontime, we had limited options on where we want to go for our breakfast.
Our first Ichiran experience.
One thing I find so special about Ichiran or a lot of restaurants in Japan is that once the server brings out your order, they will give you a deep bow even when you're not face to face with them. And I know a lot of people say Ichiran is overrated, but when it's 8 in the morning and you're hungry, this bowl of creamy tonkatsu ramen just hits every time. Plus, I think the idea of the solo booth is just perfect for every introverted drink. Like, you can literally enjoy a meal without speaking a single word to anybody. Please sign me up.
So got some extra pork on the side. It's so tender. It's like it melts in your mouth.
Honestly, I would go back to Ichiran if I'm ever in Japan again for the third time. We then decided to take a stroll to burn off all of that food that we just had in the Shinjuku Gyoen National Garden, since this was mid-March and I was hoping to get a glimpse of sakura. However, sakura season varies every year, and this year it was delayed, so we didn't see a lot of cherry blossom. But if you continue to walk around the park, there are many interesting looking flowers, like this one called Staturis, or this white flower called Yulan. After walking around, we stopped by a coffee shop inside the park for some sakura flavored treat. Yes, these are only available during the cherry blossom season.
It has the perfect amount of sweetness.
Now there's only one thing to do after eating, and that is to shop. And of course, after shopping, we got hungry and decided to get conveyor belt sushi. For this type of restaurant, you can order through this tablet at your table, and your order will arrive to your table through the conveyor belt, hence the name. But let me tell you something, sushi in Japan is more just like nigiri, which is rice topped with raw fish. I would say cooked sushi rolls like in the US is pretty hard to find in Japan. I went to a 23-course omakase last year in Tokyo, and not once did they make a type of sushi rolls that you would see in the US. I of course like raw fish, so I don't mind it, but if you don't like raw fish, then just keep that in mind when you're searching for sushi restaurants.
So good. You're only here for like
I want to go to Japan
again.
one more time.
We were in Shinjuku during peak hour, so there were so many people around. However, I find that I prefer the busyness of Shinjuku better than Shibuya. But regardless of how busy things are, escalator manners are extremely important in Japan. As you can see, people stand on the left if they are just going slow and riding the escalator, and the right side is meant for people in a rush that are running up the escalator.
We are hungry, so we're heading out to a yakiniku restaurant, which is like a Japanese barbecue place.
It might look like we just ate, but this was 3 hours after sushi, and in vacation time, that is long enough to have another meal. Anyways, we went to this yakiniku restaurant near our hotel, and the vibe is so cozy. I love it.
Outside skirt. It's like a scene from Mask Girl.
We order a variety of meat, and when I tell you the level of service here is a 10 out of 10, I'm not exaggerating. When the waiter brought out the meat, I thought we would cook the meat ourselves, which was really fine, but not at all. They cook every pieces of meat until it's fully ready to consume. Like they would put the meat on the grill, leave the table for 45 seconds, then come back to see if it's ready to flip over to the other side, then leave again and come back until every pieces of meat is fully cooked. Like I think at one point I told my mom I just want to grill the meat myself because I feel so bad for the server who has to come and leave every 30 seconds to check on the meat. But when she finished like making sure that all the meat is cooked, she leave it on the side of the grills and tell us that it's ready to eat. And also at another table, the server was doing this whole ceremony because the customer had ordered the priciest piece of steak, and I don't know about you, like this whole thing was so overwhelming to me because I did not expect this level of customer service. I honestly think this is the best customer service I've ever experienced in Japan. Period.
How's it, Mom? Good? You like it?
Medium.
Okay. Mom approved.
Just after a few bites, my mom said to place another order, and before we know it, the table is cleared. When I asked the waiter for the check, they brought out this store-made yogurt. It was so good and perfect to cleanse our palate.
Wait. English. Dine-in customer. What kind? I like beef roll. Also, I think mine is the same. These are some of the popular places to go eat in the morning because a lot of restaurants don't open until 11 a.m. So let's eat my gyudon. I'm gonna savor it with some more sauce. meat is so savory and soft. It literally is like melts in your mouth. The soup just warms your soul.
Now that our stomach is full, let's hop on the subway to explore more of Tokyo. The subway in Japan is probably one of my favorite public transportation out of all the countries I've been to, and as you can see, it's very clean and always run on time, or at least it will keep you informed if it's run late. And we got pretty used to the quietness of the subway, and usually we just held our conversations to when we get off. All we do is eat on this trip, and that's not wrong because we went to a cafe to get a little drink and snack right after I said I was full. But to my defense, there were a lot of sakura flavored stuff that I wanted to try because when will I ever go back here during cherry blossom season? So this is my only one chance to try it.
Some gel at the bottom. Tastes like rosy, flowery taste. Very pretty though.
Arigato Raiman.
There's no flower yet. It hasn't bloomed.
I'm follow you.
I asked my mom to film me, and clearly she was more interested in the stores around. But we went to the Meguro River as a popular sakura site, but due to the late blooming, there were only empty branches. Oh well, not to be sad because we went grocery shopping right after.
All the stuff we're buying to bring back home. The matcha stuff. These are so good. Oh, this noodle. Number one. It's my favorite noodle. So much stuff.
The only thing we get out of our hotel for is food, so we went to get ramen. My mom got the seafood chicken ramen, which she didn't like very much since it was too salty, and I got the creamy chicken ramen, which sounds unappetizing, but turns out to be pretty good.
If you have ever tasted pho, this is like a creamier version of that.
There were around 6 other customers, but it was so quiet that we just ended up focusing on our food. I don't know, but if I was back home, this silence would feel so awkward, but somehow I feel pretty at ease in this quiet environment in Japan. This was the last night of our trip, and there's one thing I need to see before I leave, and that is the 3D cat billboard in Kabukicho near Shinjuku station. Do I think it's worth the hype? I would say it's a fun and free activity that you can enjoy for maybe like 10 minutes max. What's good is that the screen plays different clips of the cat, so you don't have to worry about being bored with the same video play over and over. It's a different video each time. Then we just walk around, and it's so easy getting over 20,000 steps a day in Tokyo. Matcha ice cream. My mom is tired.
Track 3. Please wait behind the yellow white wall. 電車は中目黒行きです。
You can press it and then unpress it.
Last day, and it's raining. But the really cool thing about Japan hotel is that they often leave out those umbrella, like these umbrellas, so that you can use it and borrow it. So really nice. Mom, it's also vlogging. First stop, breakfast. Are we good? The struggle right now is debating what I want to eat and then save for later. Oh, I want to eat this. I'm gonna eat this because it's like a savory one.
Mom, you want to eat this? But this looks so intriguing. Oh, inside is ham. It tastes like a blueberry muffin. We're in Roppongi.
Ồ, mấy cái quán nhỏ nhỏ dễ thương.
I know, right? So cute.
So cute.
So many cute coffee shops here.
Since there's still a few hours until we have to head to the airport, we decided to explore the Roppongi area. Due to the rain, there weren't a lot of people walking on the street. However, I do see a lot of people sitting and relaxing in coffee shops. Okay, so I thought it was pretty interesting, but I saw a lot of cabs in Japan with these side mirrors mounted on the car's hood rather than the car's door. And apparently they're called fender mirrors, and I assume it's just more helpful with blind spots, but if you know the difference, please let me know.
Some more shopping. It's so much colder now that it's raining.
Lastly, we wanted to fill our stomach before heading to the airport, so we went to this grilled chicken and rice place nearby. We ordered whatever most popular, and I got the chicken gizzards, which wasn't my favorite. And then I was like, Mom, can I have some of your fried chicken, because it sounded really good. And it was the best fried chicken I've ever had. I'm not even joking. It was so crunchy on the outside but tender and juicy on the inside. Every meal comes with a bowl of miso soup that pairs so well with the rainy weather. And no matter how many times we said let's save our stomach for the plain food, we ended up devouring everything until there's nothing left, and that's our cue to head to the airport.
Through the highs and lows we've had enough. Love is what keeps me holding on, wanting this in